Good day everyone. Let's try to answer some math problem posted on LinkedIn. And special credits to Master Elton P for sharing this wonderful question. And let's start. Here's the question. The question is, what is the measure of angle theta? Now, if you want to try this problem, just pause this video. And if you're ready, here's the solution. And I hope you pause this video. Now let's see if your answer is correct. I provide two solutions in this question. The first one is by using trigonometry. So if you are a fan of trigonometry, then the first solution is for you. And the other solution is a pure geometry. Now let's start. First thing to do is to find the length of this brown segment. To do that, take note that this triangle is a right triangle. So we can use Pythagorean Theorem. So we have c squared equals 8 squared plus 15 squared. 8 squared plus 15 squared will give us 64 plus 225, and it is equal to 289. Now get the square root both sides and we get c equals square root of 289. And square root of 289 is simply 17. Therefore, the length of the hypotenuse of this right triangle is equal to 17. Since we have 9 and 6, 9 plus 6 is 15, therefore, this brown segment is equal to 2 units. Now, let's start our first solution. Again, the first solution involves trigonometry. And take note that this solution is quite long. So you can skip this solution and go to the second solution. But if you want to see this solution, then let's start. Now we will use cosine law. Cosine law states that the square of the side of a plane triangle is equal to the sum of the squares of the remaining sides minus twice the product of those sides and the cosine of the angle between them. So in our figure, we can say that a squared equals b squared plus c squared minus 2 times bc multiplied by the cosine of angle A. We can solve also b squared and c squared. Now to use this law, let this angle be equal to alpha and this angle be equal to beta. Now using right triangle 8, 15, 17, cosine of alpha is equal to 8 over 17 or the adjacent side over the hypotenuse. And cosine of beta is equal to 15 over 17. Again, adjacent side over the hypotenuse. Next thing to do is to let this side be equal to A, this is opposite of angle alpha, and this side be equal to B, the opposite of angle beta. Next thing to do is to consider this triangle. Now, using cosine law to this triangle, we have a squared equals 2 squared plus 8 squared minus 2 times 2 times 8 multiplied by the cosine of alpha. Now, we know the cosine of alpha, it is equal to 8 over 17. So, we can substitute cosine alpha with 8 over 17. Now, simplify the result. We have 2 squared plus 8 squared minus 2 times 8 times 8 over 17 and will give us a squared equals 900 over 17. Next, consider this triangle. Using again cosine law to this triangle, we have b squared equals 15 squared plus 9 squared minus 2 times 15 times 9 times cosine of angle beta. Now cosine of beta, we have 15 over 17. Substitute the value of cosine beta and we get b squared equals 1152 over 17. Now at this point, we have the value of a squared and b squared. It is equal to 900 over 17 and b squared equals to 1152 all over 17. Now for the last time, using cosine law to this white triangle. Therefore, we have c squared equals a squared plus b squared minus 2 times ab multiplied by the cosine of theta. Since our goal is to find the angle of theta, let's isolate cosine of theta. If we do that, we get cosine theta equals a squared plus b squared minus 36 all over 2ab. Now, we have the value of a squared. It is equal to 900 over 17. We also have b squared. It is equal to 1152 all over 17. Now, what is the value of a? A is just the square root of a squared. And b is the square root of b squared. Now, substitute all the given values and we have cosine theta equals 900 over 17 plus 1152 over 17 minus 36 all over 2 times the square root of 900 over 17 times the square root of 1152 all over 17. Now, using our calculators to simplify this result, and we get cosine theta equals square root of 2 all over 2. Now, take the arc cosine both sides, and we have theta equals arc cosine of square root of 2 over 2. Now, take note that the measure of angle theta is between 0 and 90 degrees. Therefore, theta is equal to 45 degrees. And we're done. Now, I told you, this solution is quite long. Now, let's start our second solution. This is by using pure geometry. So, first thing to do, let this angle be equal to alpha. And we know, in a right triangle, the two acute angles are complementary. Therefore, the other angle is simply 90 minus alpha. Next, let this angle be equal to x, and this angle be equal to y. And take note that the sum of x plus y plus theta is simply 90 degrees. Next, let's consider this triangle. What have you noticed in this triangle? That's correct. This triangle is an isosceles triangle because 2 plus 6 is 8, and the other side of the triangle is also 8 units. Therefore, this triangle is an isosceles triangle. And we know the base angle of an isosceles triangle are equal. If this angle is x plus theta, the other angle is simply x plus theta. Therefore, we can say that 2 times the base angle, x plus theta, plus alpha will give us 180 degrees, or the sum of all angles inside a triangle. Now simplify and we get 2x plus 2 theta plus alpha equals 180. Next, consider this triangle. Again, this triangle is an isosceles triangle because 6 plus 9 will give us 15. Again, the base angle of this isosceles triangle are equal. If this base angle is y plus theta, the other angle is y plus theta, and the vertex angle is 90 minus alpha. Therefore, we can say that 2 times the base angle, y plus theta, plus 90 minus alpha equals 180 degrees. Because the sum of the angles inside a triangle is equal to 180 degrees. Now simplify this equation and we get 2y plus 2 theta minus alpha equals 90. Now take note that x plus y plus theta is equal to 90 degrees because it is a right angle. Therefore, using this equation, our goal is to solve for the value of theta. To do that, we need to add these two equations. If we do that, we get 2x plus 2y plus 4 theta equals 270. This alpha and negative alpha cancel out. Next thing to do is to separate 4 theta by 2 theta plus 2 theta. Next, factor out 2 and we have 2 times x plus y plus theta plus 2 theta equals 270. Now take note that x plus y plus theta is equal to 90. So we can replace x plus y plus theta with 90. Therefore, we have 2 times 90 plus 2 theta equals 270. 2 times 90 is 180. Then subtract 180 both sides and we get 2 theta equals 90. Divide both sides by 2 and we get theta equals 45 degrees. And again, we're done.